please. And who are you?
Mary Oaks with the Southern Nevada Health District.
And why are you here?
That's all the information you need. I do have a personal life, too.
I want you to say that the health district has told us that we can't serve meat from the farm, meat from any farm, unless it's been United States Department of Agriculture approved.
Right. I knew that.
And
the issue was that it came from across the border.
Across the border, yeah.
And because it was certified by Utah, we couldn't use it here. Because the stuff that was approved by the state of Nevada, we could use. It doesn't have to be USDA, it just has to be
Why
state.
couldn't you use the vegetables?
Because once they're cut, they're biohazard material.
Yes.
And so,
even though I boiled them,
and so they're forcing us to throw all the food away.
And pour bleach on it.
We can't feed it to our pigs because.
And we're not allowed to eat it.
And we're not allowed to eat it as private citizens. And we have to pour bleach on it. So.
follow the the supposed health code requirements. I'm having to throw everything away and start cooking again.
Can you tell us more about that?
I want to be able to regain my composure before I say more about it.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll tell us if we're doing something wrong.
I'll end up signing off.
Okay.
And then you will be good and I'll be able to leave.
I really think it's appalling that we live in America and we can't make choices about the food that we're planning to eat.
Especially good food, fresh, wholesome food.
Perfect food.
Yes.
And there's people starving in America and all over the world.
It's despicable with the feast that was prepared to have the order for not a valid reason for a certified chef to destroy all this food.
Exactly.
It's just an absolute shame, not because we're here, but because it's good quality food that has no reason to be destroyed.
It's alright for the USDA to let us all kill ourselves eating McDonald's, but this good wholesome stuff isn't alright. But that's such a terrible thing. We gotta do something about it.
What should we do?
Well, just collaborate like what we're doing now. Support your local farmers, and supporting local is where it's going to start, and then it'll spread. So.
We've been battling with our son since he was very little, just allergies and ticks and all kinds of issues. We thought he was allergic to milk, so we were force-feeding him soy ice cream, soy milk. Finally, he was old enough, we thought we'll go get the allergy test, and he is severely allergic to corn and soy. Well, as we started, you start reading packages, everything is corn and soy based. So we were watching Netflix, and it said something about corn and the state of corn, so we watched it. I am so shocked that I've lived my whole life and not read a label ever. I would have never thought about organic or where my meat came from, and when I saw what the state of the meat that we're eating, and I believe this wholeheartedly, and I know he teases me lots, I have a theory about, there's so much depression, and our children are being, diagnosed as bipolar and all the medication they're being given. I honestly believe it's the state of the food and the meat that we're ingesting, and I know that, a happy cow, it's a California slogan, but I really think there's a lot to what you're eating. It's important that it lived a good, healthy life under God the way that He intended it. It's slaughtered and mutated and genetically modified. That is not what God intended us to eat, and I think that is impacting our children. You start seeing all these things happening to them, and the answer is always, we'll give them medication. Well, how about take the medication out of the meat and the food that you're forcing us to buy and eat?
And people's health is drastically. In May, I was 220 pounds. I changed the way I started eating. I went organic and continued to exercise, and I lost 40 pounds since May.
Well, I think a lot of it, the way that we were looking at it we've watched all of the movies now at this point and changed all of the food that we've eaten. But when you're not eating a steroid-injected food, you don't need to eat 5,000 pounds of it.
Nope.
You're not as hungry because you're not eating steroids. You're getting real nutrients.
Real
It's not
nutrients, and
fake
your body
nutrients.
tells you when it's time to stop
And
eating.
it's not filler, because corn is really being used as a filler and everything. And I think
so
it's
is
really
soy.
scary about, especially how they showed the cows and what happens to them when you force feed them the food that they're not meant to eat, and the bacteria and the E. coli, and then how they have to shoot antibiotics in them to counteract that. I mean, that's what we're ingesting. We're trying to stay away from all the artificial stuff, but yet we're eating it in the meat. I mean, I don't know anyone who, if they really watched that movie or really knew the state of the meat that you're ingesting, that anyone would really eat that.
Have you, if you've tried it, if you've tried to eat organic meat only, or just organic food in general, and then you go back to eating, you'll get sick.
You can
absolutely
tell the difference.
get sick.
You can absolutely tell
Your body
the
will
difference.
like reject it. It tastes bad, and your body will reject it.
It smells differently too, and even the texture when you're biting it. I mean.
But slowly and slowly, it's been introduced into our bodies since we were young.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, I think the obesity problem in America is due to this. I think that there's a lot of issues going on with the health.
Well, explain why Mexico has Coca-Cola made with real
Sugar.
cane sugar,
And it
but
tastes
America
better.
has corn syrup. Who owns America now, right? Exactly. It makes you wonder who owns America, because obviously it's not Americans, right? Because we have no say-so. Obviously, we can't even eat the food we want
taken
to.
right off the farm, and it's people's friends. It's our friend's house.
Can't eat dinner at your friend's
Can't
house
eat friends
in
at your
America.
dinner's house. You know, can't eat dinner at your friend's house because they're serving us something that I want to eat.
Who owns America now, right? It makes you wonder who owns America.